Boy, Coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
But that's a lot of people! My heart's pounding.
All the same, my heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes. Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Your Majesty, I hope I can live up to that title.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
You can change the world.
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
Things won't change overnight.
I know mutual understanding will come slowly. I'll just have to keep doing everything I can for them.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
I don't know. I mean...
Well, it's time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck!
Thanks for always having my back.
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty, the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words.
How many
Naturally,
more?
some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it.
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Aww. What a cute ending.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
1 year later. How's he doing? They're just walking amongst the wolves people? Can he do that?
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
Oh!
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well,
Hi,
she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Louise, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic.
Oh, we know a lot
Sounds
about
like
magic.
They plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Louise last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
Oh, thank God,
And
we're
that's
also getting
just
rid of
today's
igniters.
news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot
How
from
you
the
doing,
palace.
sir? Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only naturally that there would still be unrest among the
Even the
people.
royal knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Haisme Noctul, no less. You believe that? The royal knights, led by a Uchief of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
How swiftly they do.
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now. But smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering
He's
around
right
these
there.
parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Getting some ingredients to cook, I
Can't
guess.
be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
You got a new outfit.
After all the trouble you took
So
to
did
flee
he.
politics.
Well, he looks
And
cute with his
somehow
little
you're
hat
now
on.
the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
That's a lot of
Here, Your
paperwork, yeah.
Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey, isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How'd Luis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here?
Oh, they
Gina's
both
back
look so
from her inspection.
cute.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait, I'm coming with you. Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
Aw.
And
just
then,
chilling there,
I
huh?
might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
It was good talking to you.
It was good talking to you, too.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, it will take more than that to affect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again.
Well,
How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
oh. I wait until she comes back.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
We'll bust through that
There
door,
you
huh?
are. I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud.
Hi.
So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juno would be back from her expedition today.
Was it Expedition 33, huh? I'll go back soon.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find
Well, you didn't have to do that.
Settled, I shall come with you on every excursion.
Oh, why?
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scandal, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
Okay, I will. My god. The most powerful person in this country, and I still can't do what I
Alright.
want. Maria, ooh, this is not the first time Maria went missing. It seemed It seems so long ago now. She might be praying in the Grand Cathedral, just like back then. We're heading for the Grand Cathedral, why not go talk to everyone else for— oh god.
Hey?
I'll be so for real. I would like this to be over.
Come now.
Oh, okay, let's talk about more. You finish your business outside the palace. Please promise me you'll return to resume your duties. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not at all. Only that as a captain of the Royal Guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Relax, Hulkenberg. You needn't be so serious, Hulkenberg. Lighten up, maybe. You mean to say I'm too fussy? Well, it's only proper for the captain of the Royal Guard. To be over-familiar with set a poor example. Imagine the scandalous face of the rank and file guard. That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels. Now only a year passed. I overgaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was put a wanderer searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he had lived. And in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported.
And so?
I never tire of the face the younger guard makes when I tell them of the time you acted as a witness to my duel. Brings back memories. Only of my duel with Rodate, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason they could endure the fight to the end. I am pleased to say the Knights of Torre are nothing like that. They were under Rodate's command. Soldiers take up their sword, not for those in power, but for their people. And as a champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect your king. You do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do, though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. I gotta drink something too. They know they protect not just a king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth. I protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do, your majesty. And let me stay by your side to do so. Yeah, we're still other people, okay. Stroll, hi buddy. It's cute, but holy shit, I'm over this game at this point, please. The whole fight with Lua's already took way too long.
Hey.
Skulking about in the city, are we? Which is to say, Hulkenberg is one on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. I'd say the same for you. That's Lord or General Stroll, your majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Juno's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can't talk, I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I've seen that even those at the top have their struggles, a little too clearly. The general's duties feel overwhelming at times, but there are lives hanging in the balance, recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives. Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I fought a noble with nothing to my name, and you struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were a little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hullians. I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit.
No.
What's the love any credit I could take to you for showing me the way? They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you. You have a whole country on your shoulders now, and the road ahead will be full of challenges you can't possibly foresee. Show me the way, and I blaze the trail, now and always. It's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our titles may have changed, but I like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me, now and always. Aww. Come with me, let's go.
Oh.
Well, I see our king has had some personal business. I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm on a break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guard over much, huh? They'll take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. What who am I kidding? An actress smiles is surely a myth that's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A fugitive outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander? There was of course some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. An outcast became king too.
True.
Indeed, you faced no shortage of persecution, and look at you now. Grand titles and boosts across the nations are no difference for across all tribes. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make. Yet he stands for those very people, as symbol and representative. At the king and those around him are of mixed stripes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. How is Tadari?
Now that you mention it.
Yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that they've resumed trade with other villages. The coronation inspired their village to greater heights. It provided the barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first steps. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history books. We've a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path towards.
Yo.
Hey, out inspecting again? Seems right pain to me, but I appreciate you going to all the efforts. All is well, I take it.
Hey.
I wish I had something to report, but I don't. Guess that's what's happening when you make a guy like me captain of the Trade Brigade. Bit of a mouthful, innit? Still not used to calling myself a captain, besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Lewis's troops, you know, but don't you worry. I've got 2 eyes on them, even when I ain't looking. The way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. Just gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer and fewer are turning to a life of crime to make ends meet. If Del could see Grand Threat today, his eyes would bug out. And not just Del, but other guys who didn't make it. I wish they could have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. But long as we keep them in our memory, it's as close to saving them as we can get, Thinker included. We built this piece of a lot of blood and tears, so I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them who didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now. You've been through a lot though, so thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. Despite any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I solve it quick. Aww. Right, there's someone else here. Alonso!
Pleasure to see you.
Why, hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists and critics alike, the opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? It's been tough going.
But...
Quite right, your critics are loud and open with their barbs, but plenty more have put their faith in you. Besides, most of those agitations are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I could handle, of course, on a day's work for the Royal Adjutant, to the Citizens' Council, quite an ally of mate, I should hope. I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become, and I am doing my damnest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm proud to see it.
Yes.
And that's right. Supporting you is the best thing I can do. You're the one who's been able to create such lasting change in our country.
Now that you mention it.
That reminds me. Do you remember Decherum, my hometown's handloaner? He told me to send you his regards. He has since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it. I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if it's the country as on, it's you. And I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we, media, can walk about freely in our true forms. True, I never saw his true form! Oh, I bet he's also adorable. You're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? Sure. Run button. Juno!
My king. My king.
Oh, and there you are, William. I heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspections. I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon. Bringing me souvenirs?
In that case.
Gosh.
Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you just firstly. The Major Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on our tour as a songstress. Oh, and shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory supposedly used by a king long ago. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone that cold, could he?
So...
Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. It may even be hiding secrets as big as a dragon temple or a sanctum. And I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know? And speaking of fate, on my way back, I met up with Murderers. She's well, I trust.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
More than well. Her friend has been fine, and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her in music, and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey.
Surely you remember music was the first magic born in this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the heart of others. And when they make hearts well, well, there's no end to the magic. So just watch, with music and magic at my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted, and if it makes the world a better place, why, isn't that just grand? Allah taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts. Yufa?
I do. Greetings.
Working hard as ever, William. Are you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I've just from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate. Of course, shouldn't you delegate that?
Well,
That's a question I shall throw right back at you, Your Majesty. As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial. I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think. As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason to try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime, and so I practice what I preach. The other day, I went to visit Elvis Church to inquire with those who are sick there about the kingdom that can be more accessible to them. How is he?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God. I want to fight for them to have options and the laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need. You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty. I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Nearest, my buddy, let's hang out. You're not a gauntlet runner? You also didn't get new clothing. No? Or brings His Royal Majesty here. Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I have the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau. Oh, that's a mouthful. And can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way I do. I know how you feel.
About that.
Oh.
I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and hither into the runner. But that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your palatial plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck. At the beginning, on the development.
Indeed.
And it's time like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Do I smell another Rollicon? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it every time you'd pop back in with one. I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they've become the guiding principles of my research, you know? Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all. Still, it's no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm Bolygenius. Oh, I knew it. But I need a simulation, yeah, or Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl, sparkling clean and always ready for takeoff. Yeah, I don't think Hulkenberg's in for that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's gone. I wanted to say, I wanted to test. Vegeta! Girlie, how you doing? The king himself, browsing the shelves. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Any recommendations? One igniter in particular, in fact, though I'm afraid we're all sold out of it at the moment. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, it's selling startling well. The store was packed with familiars and children. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the igniter consortium. I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village, could have been prevented. It wasn't your fault. I know that. I only rose to this position once you became king and shed light on what lurked in the shadows of this country. Though you can't take full credit, as it were. I was nominated for my new position by my colleagues. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world. It's all more reason I hope that the reason for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I continue doing all that I possibly can with all that I am, just as you do. Yes. Do you remember my dog? Oh, are we finally knowing what's with the dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives, but there she was, sitting. Oh, the dog's okay! Oh my god, the dog's fine. Oh, thank God. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I committed in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Aww. That's the best fucking news ever. That the dog's okay. That's the best thing ever.
Lovely that.
Hi, Barden. What an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today. Don't worry, I'm not a tattletale. I myself just left the meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We converse for New Year. How are things in Matura?
So,
Oh, it's as lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you, Your Majesty. The dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now, and I'm pleased to report as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistake. Things are alright now.
But of course.
Indeed they are. The townspeople play an active role in policy and administration, and I'm not bearing that weight alone. Of course, some lords are like I was once, and would rather manage things at their own sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, but with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change. Aunt Katharina is the last one. Let's go. Let's see what Girlie is doing.
Hi there.
Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself. Long time no see.
Oh, right.
Ain't it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seeker's Reckon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The size, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back on there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tons? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different. My hat spins. Makes all the travel bickering seems right dull, if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned to the throne to you. I appreciate it.
Hold on.
Oh, come on. I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with making the lives of us purples better than they, yes? All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out to sea so long. But don't you worry your kingly hat. I'll have all wrapped up in a report for you. Do some proper kingish with it, yeah? And now we can go to Maria.
Wonderful.
If I click on her, am I gonna get teleported there?
Yeah.
So?
I think we've heard all we can from people. Should we head to the Vermarias? Let's go.
That reminds me.
Being here sure brings up memories. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament for the throne? She was crying back then, though. Yeah, she was.
That's right.
This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be different opinions, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. It reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting into ink, that means you're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going?